Hi there! Well, today's video is going to be all about what I am planning to purchase from the Sephora VIB sale. I got my discount card in the mail a couple of days ago, but if I'm being honest, I really start thinking about what I want to purchase probably a couple of months in advance. This is a sale I really look forward to, as many of you probably do as well. It's such a good opportunity to buy things that maybe you've had your eye on for quite a while, or to stock up on staples in your collection. So if you are a VIB, you do get 20% off, and this is November 11th through the 14th, so it's a sale that I definitely like to take advantage of. So this time around, I do think I have a good combination of things. I do have a few items that are going to be new to me, and then some things that I already really love and wanted to repurchase. So I do have a list here, and I thought I would go through that list and then maybe also talk to you about a few additional recommendations that I have of products that I love that were new to me this year. So starting with my list, the first thing that I have is a palette, and it is the Urban Decay Naked 2 Basics. Now this is a palette that I've already had, and I'm a little bit ashamed to say I am purchasing this for one color only. I absolutely have fallen in love with Urban Decay Cover, which is the color that was formerly here, and I used every single crumb of it. To me, it is just a really perfect medium gray-brown shade. I love the formulation of this particular Urban Decay shadow. It blends easily. It's a great neutral everyday color, and while I found a couple of shadows that I think are very close, nothing has been exactly the same as Cover for me, and I didn't want to purchase the whole palette when I couldn't get the discount on it, but now that it's available through the sale, I really wanted to have that color back in my life again, because it is one of my go-tos, something that I just really rely on for a quick and easy everyday look. So the next thing that I have on my list is another staple item for me. It is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. It's a brow pencil that I love. I think the Anastasia brow products, all of them are wonderful, but the Brow Wiz in Taupe is just something for me that makes my brow routine a lot easier. My brows are very sparse and thin, and they take a lot of work to fill in. They have a lot of unevenness about them, and so it's just something that makes that a little bit quicker and easier for me. I do like to try different brow pencils, but when the Anastasia's on sale, it's something that I always come back to. The next item in my cart is going to be a new product for me. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in shade 4.5. That is for light skin with neutral undertones, which describes my skin perfectly. I don't really have a pink undertone, and I definitely don't have a yellow undertone. It's just very neutral. If you are looking for similar shade suggestions, or if you're looking for what might be your shade, I also wear Guerlain Lingerie de Peau in number 2. I wear Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus in number 30, or the IT Cosmetics CC Cream in Lights. So that's kind of where I fall in the shade range. So the 4.5, when I saw it was described as the light skin with neutral undertones, seemed like a really good shade match for me. And I've heard a lot of good things about this particular foundation, and it's just something that I was interested in trying. I really love the foundations that I currently have, but I think it's always nice to see if you can do just a little bit better. I know that's something that I'm always interested in. The next thing on my list is a love of mine, something that you heard me talk about recently in Empties, and it's something I've been without for a while, and it's definitely been missed. It is the Drybar Bay Breeze Hydrating Shots, a deep conditioning treatment for the hair. I've not had it for, I think, about 6 weeks now or so. Maybe it's been closer to 2 months. Been waiting for the sale to come around to repurchase it, but I really notice a big difference in my hair. It makes my hair more manageable. It makes it a lot softer and silkier, just easier to style. I just don't get that glossiness out of my hair, and that nice just my hair doesn't fall as nicely as it does when I use that. One little shot of that will last me about 4 treatments, so I do really feel like I get my money's worth out of it. And the other thing I love about it is the fragrance. I think it just makes my hair smell so wonderful. I wish that I had a lot of other hair products that smelled exactly the same. The next product on my list is something that is going to be a new shade to me, but not an entirely new product. It is the Dior Addict lipstick in the shade Avenue, which is number 667. Today I am wearing the shade 722, which is called True, and I really love this formulation. It feels so good on the lips. It's very conditioning conditioning, and I think this color has a really nice neutral rich tone to it. It's not exactly a My Lips But Better. It does have a little bit more warmth and color to it, but it goes really well with so many different things. It's something I keep in my purse at all times because no matter what eye look I'm wearing or what blush I'm wearing, it seems to kind of go with everything. So it's a lipstick that I've just really fallen in love with, and I really wanted to try other shades from the line. And so the particular color that I picked out, Avenue, is something that looked a little bit bolder for me. I'm not someone that typically wears a red lipstick, and I certainly don't want like an opaque red, but I was looking for something that might be something I could wear out to dinner, something for maybe the festive holiday season coming up. We've got a vacation coming up and maybe a little bit more dressy events. And so I thought this looked like something that was red in a way that I would be comfortable with. These lipsticks tend to be a little bit more on the sheer side. Some are very sheer, and then some that are like True that I'm wearing and what Avenue appears to be tend to be a little bit more medium sheer. So they have a little bit more opacity to them, but not so much that it would be like a really deep bright red. So I'm really excited to get that and hope that I love it as much as I do all of the swatches that I've looked at. The next item is something new to me as well. This is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder, and I chose number 2 Light. I really wanted to use this as an all-over setting powder with a little bit of oomph, something that might give my skin a little bit more glow, a little bit more luminosity. And I just really like the idea of this powder, so I'm hoping that I can work it into my everyday routine. I have tried the Hourglass powder before as a setting powder, the one that was sort of a pale yellow color, and that didn't really work out for me. I felt like it kind of gave my skin an unusual look. It just didn't really make it look better, I thought. Now the one that I do really love is the Dim Light, but this is something I actually use as not exactly a bronzer, but it does add a little bit more color to my skin. I usually use this around the edges of my face or in an E pattern. I use it as a little bit more of a bronzer type product this time of year. It can be used as an all-over setting powder, but I usually do that a little bit more in the summertime. So I was looking for something that might be an alternative for me. The other setting powders that I have are discontinued. One particular that I love from Urban Decay is no longer available. So I'm hoping that this will be a replacement for those and something, like I said, that might give my skin just a little bit more of something special to it. So we'll see. The next thing that I have is also going to be new to me, and it's something I've been looking for quite a while. This is the Makeup Forever Small Brush Pouch. I have wanted this for such a long time, and it seemed like every time I went to purchase it, it was out of stock. So it's in stock right now, and I'm hoping that continues until the sale time. But it is a great travel brush holder, or I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be for travel, but if you wanted to keep your brushes all in one place, you wanted to have them stand up, you want to be able to zip the pouch closed and keep them protected and all together, this is a really great way to do that. There was a similar item from Lug, or Lug Life I think it's called. They have one of their bags as well, and I think they stopped making that. I think it was called a Brush Canoe, so I never got a chance to get that before it was gone. So I kept looking at the Makeup Forever version, and like I said, it was going in and out of stock, but now it's there, hopefully for a while, so I am taking advantage of that and purchasing it with my sale cart. The next thing that I have is a product that I already have and love, and this is the Clinique Sonic Foaming Facial Cleanser. I've been using this with my Sonic Cleanser, and I've been really happy with the results. It's a very nice creamy cleanser that doesn't leave a residue on your skin. It gives a little bit of a cushion between your face or your skin and the brush, and so it really allows the brush to glide smoothly over your skin, creates a little bit of a barrier, just enough to where the brush doesn't irritate my skin, but it rinses really cleanly, and I just like the way that it makes my skin feel. It cleanses everything, it removes all the dirt and makeup on my skin, but it doesn't leave it feeling dry and tight. My skin just feels really normal after I've used it. Okay, next up is something that I'm kind of on the fence about, so I need your advice on whether or not you think I should go ahead and keep this in my cart. This is the Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is a palette that's really kind of been pulling me in for a while, and I've been thinking about it. It's got really beautiful shades. I love that it has a combination of matte shades and shimmer shades. It looks like, to me, a lot of colors that I would get a lot of use out of. And I like that it has highlight shades, lid shades, liner shades, and to me what looks like a great transition color. So to me it seems like a very good all-in-one palette, which is something that's kind of important to me as far as palettes go. And I've been kind of back and forth about it because obviously I don't need it. As with many makeup related items, we don't need them, but they are nice to have. So let me know if it's something that you have, if you feel like you've gotten a good amount of use out of it, if it's something that you would recommend, if you like the formula, I would love to know. Next up is another product that was new to me over the summer, and it's something that I definitely plan to repurchase, and I'm glad that I can get it on sale. It is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. This is a liquid felt tip liner in a really deep espresso brown, which I love. Black is always a little bit too harsh for me, so I was really excited to find a deep dark brown liner like this. It has such a fine tip, so it goes on really easily. It's just a real pleasure to work with, but once it sets, it's really on there. And I had a problem with previous liquid liners that they would pull off of my eyelid, particularly when I was using my eyelash curler. So I really wanted something that was going to set, and this really does a good job. It is not that difficult to remove with waterproof eye makeup remover, but once I place it on, and I always set it with a little bit of eyeshadow with an eyeshadow brush, liner brush anyway, and I get budge proof line on my eyelids throughout the day. So I really love that, and it's something that I knew I didn't want to run out of because liquid liner is difficult to tell when you're going to run out, so I want to make sure I already have one on hand. And then finally, I have a product in my cart that I am excited to try. It's going to be another new thing to me, and this is actually something, well, let me back up here a little bit. I had something that I wanted to purchase and it's out of stock, and so this was an alternative. So this is the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. What I had intended to purchase was the mask sampler. It had like 5 or 6 different mask samples of his, and I was really excited to try all those out and then maybe make a selection from there. But that is currently out of stock. I don't know if it's going to be available again before the sale. So I decided to go with the Pumpkin Enzyme Mask because that was my area of greatest concern. Is that's what it seemed to address. I really want something that's going to brighten up my skin, maybe give me a little bit of a mini peel at home and kind of smooth out my skin and just give it a little bit of a glow that I feel like I'm lacking right now. I have had a sample of the Irish Moor Mud Mask before from him, and I really, really liked the way that worked. But just clearing out my skin isn't my main concern. It's really just brightening it up. So I decided to go with the Pumpkin Enzyme, and I'm really excited to have that. So now that I've gone over the products that are in my cart, I thought I would make a few suggestions if you are kind of thinking about what you want to purchase. I thought I might talk to you about a few things that have been new to me this year that I've really fallen in love with, and might be things that you would be interested in as well. So the first thing is a palette, and this would be something that would also make a really great gift for someone else with the upcoming holidays. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I have gotten so much use out of this. It's got a great combination of shades, and it's got so much variety here that you can really create a lot of different looks. You've got very simple, light looks you could create, and then it would also carry you into a daytime look. I love the fragrance of it. This has the most wonderful chocolate smell, like a lot of these Too Faced palettes do from the chocolate line. But I've really been impressed with this. There's so many colors that I love, like Molasses Chip, which is sort of the bronzy color here. I've loved Mocha. I love Almond Truffle. I love Dark Truffle. I'm going to end up naming every color in here, but probably the only one I don't use is this pink color up here at the top. That's just a little bit unwearable for me. But if you were looking for a nice, neutral, wearable palette, something a little bit different for your collection, I would definitely recommend this one. Next is a blush that was new to me this year, and I really couldn't believe it took me so long to add this to my collection because I wear it so often. This is NARS Blush in Amour. It is what I'm wearing today. A really great medium pink and a matte finish. This goes with just about anything. I have found that it goes with so many of the lipsticks that I was already wearing. This is one of those that if I'm kind of unsure of what to wear, I can grab this and I know it's going to go with everything. It's a very natural color. color, and because it's matte, it's also just a very sophisticated color, and I think this would work well for a variety of skin tones because it is such a great medium pink shade. It's not one of those that I feel like you have to be too careful with. It just goes on very naturally, and I don't have to spend too much time blending or buffing or anything like that. It's just a real easy blush to work with. And then finally, this is something I touched on a little bit earlier, but it is definitely something that I would recommend, that I've fallen in love with this year, and this is the Dior Addict lipstick. This is in True. It's what I'm wearing today, which is number 722. This lipstick is really what made me want to try other shades in the range, but a really great neutral, a little bit deeper than a My Lips but better color. It's got a little bit more richness to it, but still something that would be beautiful with a range of blushes or eye looks. I am wearing it, as I mentioned, with the NARS Amour today, but I really love this. This is in my purse all the time. If I've left the house and I don't have anything on my lips, I know this is something that I can grab and put on. If my lips are a little bit drier, this is a really comforting lipstick formula to add, and I know that it's going to soothe them a little bit. And despite the fact that it is somewhat sheer, I would say it's a medium sheer type of shade, it really does have pretty good lasting power. I've been really surprised by that, and when it wears off evenly, so I've been very impressed. So that is it. That is everything that I'm purchasing, and then a few other recommendations for you. If you care to share, I would love to know what you're going to purchase. It might give me a few ideas as well to add to my cart. I'd really love to hear it. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.